Continuing our conversation on veteran stand-up with Ken Falke, the founder of Boulder Crest Foundation. Ken, you talk generally about some of the things that go on, but tell us about the programs to help veterans.
Well, Paul, we have four programs at Boulder Crest. We have our kind of our core program, which is what we started with. We call Family R&R. Stands for Rest and Reconnection. And these are 2 to 7 night stays that families can come to Boulder Crest and stay there free of charge for the 2 to 7 nights. The only thing that the families have to fund is their travel there and their groceries and food while they're there. So that's still a core program, and it takes up about 6 months of our calendar in both Virginia and Arizona. But the 3 programs that we call our kind of cornerstone post-traumatic growth programs are Warrior Path, which is focused on combat veterans and first responders, Couples Path, which is focused on the couple. As you know, the military has always had kind of a higher divorce rate than the civilian community, but the last 20 years we've seen in the special forces divorce rates as high as 90%. So some work with the couples on a program, and then we do a 3-day weekend program. We're doing one this weekend with a small nonprofit out of Nashville, Tennessee called Songwriting with Soldiers. And people come in and tell their stories to these songwriters, and they turn them into some amazing music. And those are really the 4 major programs. The Path programs, Warrior Path, Couples Path, and the Songwriting Path are all paid for 100%. Everything's free of charge, including travel and food. But the family programs, as I said, the Family R&R, they have to get there on their own dime and buy their own groceries.
So if someone was listening to this, they were thinking about these programs, and they knew somebody thinking about these programs, like what happens and what sort of happens at the end?
Yeah, so the Family R&R is really, think of it as a mini vacation, but the Path programs are very structured. They start at 6:30 in the morning, they end at 8:30 at the night. It's kind of like military training. And that's really what our programs are about. We believe strongly that the military does a great job of making soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marine. But as a nation, we do a terrible job of making those service personnel civilians. And we see a lot of stress in this transition, after war stress, and that's really what we work on with these post-traumatic growth programs.
Now, this is interesting. Now, we talked about your website, but often people have questions about their particular situation. Yeah. How can they ask you a question?
Well, on the website, there's a couple forms to fill out just for questions. There's application forms for the programs, and then there's a phone number on the website as well where they can call, and a real human will answer the phone and help you out.